Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Daily Retro. This is going to be a Counselor's Corner where we're going to be all out on the table. We're going to lay everything out because I have got something really amazing to talk about. You know, it's a subject that could have been talked about during the 80s, could have been talked about during the 90s. But first, you know, to all my TikTokers out there that actually wanted me to keep doing my YouTube channel and were begging for me to do something else, to keep going and keep going. This is for you guys. So, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're at watching this. I hope it finds you well. If you're new to the channel, blah, 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 like, subscribe, whatever. I don't care. As long as you watch, it's cool. You like it, it's good. But this is going to be unedited. We've got some stuff to talk about. I mean, we really do. We've got a subject to talk about, which can be infuriating at times. Just because, all right? Just because. So the big subject is what has happened to gaming. Like I said, you can argue this back in the like late 80s, early 90s. You know, anybody who any generation that grew up playing Atari, Commodore 64, you know, Magnavox Odyssey could just definitely ask the same question. But specifically, I'm wondering what's going on with gaming in this generation, because I mean, like, it is ridiculous. And you know what? A lot of my TikTokers and a lot of my subscribers, they say, you know, we could deal without the cussing and whatnot. And so we're gonna do the best we can, not to cuss, not to get as upset as we possibly can. So if you're a reoccurrent person, you'll understand some of the lingo that I say. If you're new, you're going to be like, what in the heck is this guy talking about? So let's go ahead, get started. What has happened to gaming? Specifically, what has happened to this generation's gaming? It is just whack. It is absolutely whack. Now, don't get me wrong. There's still games out there that are really good to play. I am a single player. I love single player games. I don't like playing multiplayer games. I don't. The only time I ever played multiplayer games, PlayStation 2, N64, you know, along the lines of that. That is the only time I've ever really played multiplayer games. I just do not care after the fact when it went online. Mainly because I just don't like dealing with people, you know, that have that mindset, that just want to cuss, you know, talk about somebody's mother, or just all around spread that negativity. It's all out. I hate it. It's just crap. You can call me a pansy. You can call me whatever you want. I don't really care. I just think it's inappropriate. I think it's just crap. And I don't like it. It's not, I mean, there's a lot of people who think it's fun. I just don't think it's fun. It's not the style of gaming for me. I love just to sit and immerse myself in single player games. So that's out there. But I'm asking what has happened to gaming, and that could be included in that. But one of my biggest pet peeves is when people go, well, can you please elaborate? I don't understand the question. Well, I understand that, okay? But that's one of my biggest pet peeves, is just that. But I know that's a very broad question. So let's go back to post-1983. Nintendo comes out, you know, post-video game crash. Nintendo comes out, saves the gaming world, basically. Says, here, we made the foundation. Here's Super Mario World, 1985. Here's Super Mario Brothers, 1985. Boom! Revolutionizes gaming. Just revolutionizes gaming. All right? That one game sealed the deal for future gaming to come. So I understand its importance, all right? 1989 comes out. Sega launches the Sega Genesis. Oh yeah, or the Mega Drive, you know, depending on where you're at. And you go, wow, this is 16-bit graphics. This is super awesome, right? And then I think about a year later, maybe 2 years later, it's like 1991, Super Nintendo comes out. Boom. Really super awesome. You know, all of these other competitors such as Atari and Commodore, all these like old school gaming systems now, they're gone. They're gone. It is strictly Nintendo and Sega. Anybody else just gets left in the dust. It doesn't matter who you are. You just get left in the dust for a good, solid 10 years. good solid 10 years. Okay, but we're looking at 97, right? 97, the introduction to N64, still Nintendo. And then we also have the Sony PlayStation 1, right? And I believe the PlayStation 1 came out in 96, possibly 97, I can't remember. But anyways, you have those. We're still golden, people. We're still golden. Gaming is still good. Then, 1999, you have Sega's new system, the Dreamcast. This introduces us to online gaming, but it does not catch on very quick, all right? The introduction like to Phantasy Star Online, it's like, oh, that's cool. Everybody's like, this is pretty cool, but it's not for me. It's still 56K dial-up, all right? Yeah, if you don't know what dial-up is, look it up. It's has to do with, everybody remembers it as like AOL and the little silent systems and whatnot, but it is what it is. But then you have the PlayStation 2 come out. All right. Still, we're in the golden age of gaming. Even though games have evolved graphically, they've gotten bigger, more expansive, and they've got better sound quality, they have voice acting in them, and it's still good. Oh, you also have the GameCube that's come out already. Then you have the Xbox. All right, the original Xbox. We're not talking Xbox 360. We're not talking about Xbox One S or anything like that. We're talking strictly the original Xbox. And we will stop there. So what do all of those systems have in common? Well, you could argue the fact that some have internet capabilities, but that's in the infant stage, and we're taking that completely out. So no. They all had, well, I will have to say like 90-95% of them had unlockables. Unlockables. Costumes, weapons, secret characters, glitches that you could expose to do that, even though it's in some games still today. But you had all of those unlockables and stuff, and like you beat the game and found out that there was more to the game than what you realized. There were no trophies. There were no achievements. There was nothing. Absolutely nothing like that. You just beat the game and you go, wow, I just unlocked this awesome weapon, and now I can go through the game again, either making it easier or harder depending on how you played, what you unlocked. If it was a fighting game, you maybe could have unlocked a secret character or something like that. And you sit here and go, wow, this is really amazing. And you kept playing. And you could also argue that at that time it was pre-internet as well. The internet wasn't really that big of a thing because it was still in the BBS system, the bulletin board system, if you will. And then probably 93, 94, we were just getting introduced into web pages and stuff like that. I mean, and honestly, unlockables were where games were good. Nowadays, like the introduction to the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, it wasn't about trophies or achievements when they just came out, but it was about 2 years later, roughly about 2 years later, that's when achievements and trophies started coming out. And I remember that because I was like, oh my gosh, there's trophies. What are these? This is super awesome. Oh my God. But you sit here and you look at it and you're like, oh my gosh, these are like little achievements that I get awarded, like these little medals. And it's really awesome because you know what? Here's the thing. We get cultured into that. As gamers, we get cultured into that. We're like, oh man, cool stuff. Because back in the day, we just beat that game. We beat a boss and we told our friends, saying, hey, guess what I did? I beat Contra's final boss. Yeah. But you had no way of proving that you did. You couldn't just like sit there and go and get your old Polaroid and snap a picture, and next thing you know, you got this blurred freaking picture and crap. Or you get your dad's video camera, right? The one that had the big VHS, cassette tape, and you recorded yourself playing that. I mean, I don't even know who did that. I mean, but there were people, but I'm just letting you know. I mean, all you had was word of mouth that you beat that. And of course, then your friends would probably say, hey, come on, I don't believe you. Let's go. Let's go back to your place. Sit down on the floor, pop the cartridge in, and let's do this, right? And that's basically how it was. So basically, you would, back in the day, you would unlock weapons, possibly different colors, skins, characters, items, maybe a secret quest or two. Who knows? Like, for example, The Legend of Zelda for NES. You type in Zelda as your name, and you get a second quest where all the items are completely mixed up in different places than what they originally are. You have stuff like that. Nowadays, it's all about DLC. And that is just something that just... It irks me. It really irks me because most of this stuff is actually in the game. Good example is Kakarot. If you guys have ever played Kakarot, DBZ Kakarot, whatever it's called, I've played it, I've beat it. I remember there is an article written where this team, right? This team went in, data mined the entire game, and found out that the DLC, I think it was the first DLC, the one with Future Trunks, was actually in the game, and the only thing you needed to do was buy it, and it just sent you basically an unlock code, and then boom, the game was playable. I remember seeing that same exact thing, the unlock code. I don't know if you guys have ever remembered this, but if you had a PlayStation 3 game, I know for PlayStation 3, all right, I know for PlayStation 3, I don't know about Xbox 360, but such games were like Dead Space, you would see once you purchased like a weapon skin or a weapon from Dead Space off of the PS Store, you would see that it was only like maybe 50, or what was it, 0.50 megabytes or 1.25 megabytes. And you're going, huh. And back in my mind, I'm sitting here going, man, that's kind of low for like a weapon. Like, these graphics are really good. These graphics are really super awesome for back in the day. And you're going, huh, only a like 1.5 megabytes to give me a weapon? And then you find out that it says unlock code. Like, sometimes there would be a note that said, this is an unlock code, and that's it. The items are in the game. You had to pay for your items. Like, are we serious? And you know what? Nowadays, we're so cultured into this as gamers, we're cultured into this, saying it's okay. This is norm now. This is a normal thing to do. Is you buy the game and, oh, hey, guess what? There's a season pass that we would like to tell you about today. It's only $5 less. Okay, a $5 less than if you bought everything individually. Now everybody goes, oh, what's $5 less? Yeah, but honestly, sometimes that DLC takes way too long to come out. It takes way too long to come out. I'm not even gonna lie. It takes, and sometimes developers have set time periods for them to come out. I understand that some of them are still making it to expand the game, but dang, like, come on, people. Like, release the full game. All right, I know that there's a lot of various factors that I'm missing out on and stuff like that, but dude, like, we're so cultured into stuff like this where it says it's okay to pay for DLC when, retro gamers like me, we grew up playing games that already had this stuff in there. We just had to figure out a way to unlock it. So, and nowadays, that's kind of just, we're spoon-fed that crap. Like, here, just buy it. A good example is like Resident Evil 2, the remake, right? The remake, the reimagining, whatever you want to call it, that's a good example. When I bought that game, I played the complete crap out of that game. I tried to unlock everything. I went ahead and I did everything as much as I possibly could. And what was it, was it 3 months later? Next thing you know, at the PlayStation Store, they have the key. All right, unlock everything. What? Are you freaking kidding me? Unlock everything? My God. I don't even have to do anything now. I can just have the Infinite Rocket Launcher. I can just have everything I ever wanted unlocked, and I don't have to have that challenge posed to me. And I can just fly through the game. Doesn't seem very fair. I mean, granted, that is your decision to purchase all this stuff. But I mean, like, nowadays, it's all about DLC and Fortnite craft or whatever you want to call it, Minecraft and Fortnite and all this stuff. And, people really hate Fortnite for some reason. I've never played the game, so I can't comment on that. I understand that's, those are big memes now, but still, like, it's all about Season Pass. It's all about that DLC that you will never probably play. And if you do play, you feel empty. You're left empty. I'm not even joking. I'm not. I'm pretty sure you're sitting here probably disagreeing with me, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But, back in the day, like I said, we would unlock stuff. Like, Capcom, God, Jesus Christ. It's one of the world's worst when it comes to DLC. Okay, and I'm going to put this out, and I don't know if anybody has ever realized this, but Capcom has been releasing this Street Fighter, has been releasing Street Fighter, the video game, and I mean like 2, was it 4, and now it's up to 5, I believe, and they've been re-releasing the same game over and over and over again. And did you know that they've been releasing Street Fighter over and over again since the early 90s? I'm not even gonna lie, they have. They've been doing the same thing. So, and you're probably like, what do you mean? What do you mean? You mean they've been doing, re-releasing the same game? Yes! Like, okay, so when Street Fighter 2 came out, all right, when Street Fighter 2 came out, then the next thing you know, Capcom released Street Fighter 2, the world, was it the new challengers or the world challengers? And then what did they come out with again? Oh, here's Super Street Fighter 2. Okay. And then here's Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. What? My God, how many different types of this game are you going to release? Like, absolutely no joke. And then, Capcom then does the same thing with Street Fighter 4, right? Here's Street Fighter 4. Here's Super Street Fighter 4. Wait, here's Ultra Super Street Fighter 4. Oh my God, this one comes with all the DLC. Oh, and there might be something new coming out too. It's like, dang, fighting games are the worst. I'm sorry, they are the worst when it comes to DLC. Back in the day, like when Tekken came out, you had to figure out how to unlock all of those super secret characters, like Devil Kazuya and or Devil Jin. You had to, or Panda or Bear. You had to freaking unlock those characters. You had to, like, that was just the thing. And it was just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But you felt accomplished when you did it. Nowadays, this is me personally. I don't feel accomplished. I don't feel accomplished when, oh, hey, I beat the game. I feel like I'm accomplished. But when I get a DLC, I feel empty. I just feel empty. I feel empty inside because it doesn't seem right. I don't know. Like, I just wish that part of, that DLC was actually still in that game while I was still playing that game. I don't want to have to go back. I've already beaten the game. I don't want to have to go back to a certain point in the game and then go, hey, this happened like in between this event, but I've already beaten the game. Yeah, that gives me a little bit of extra information or a little bit of, side story, but I wish that part was in that game. I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you here. For all you new gamers out there, and I mean new gamers, like, you guys don't understand what I'm talking about. And I don't want to, like, chastise anybody. I don't want anybody saying that, the new gamers don't know anything, okay? Because you know what? They don't. I would assume that most, new gamers that don't get introduced to this or are introduced to this nowadays don't understand, that, DLC isn't a thing. But that's just the thing. We used to have these games. These right here would just be the full game, and that would be it. You would feel accomplished playing these games, but nowadays I just don't feel accomplished. And I was actually going to go somewhere with that other that subject with the new gamers, but it just went out the window, and I don't even know. I honest to God have no idea what I was going to talk about. But that's the biggest thing. It's just I don't understand why we have to pay for extra content that should have already been in the game. So it bugs me and infuriates me But it's like we're cultured into that, and I keep saying that, but we are cultured as gamers. We're cultured into that ordeal to where it's okay to buy extra stuff. I mean, like, I'll do it all day long. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I do it all day long. Oh my gosh, here's this. But you know what? This is the Ultimate Edition right here. Might as well get the Ultimate Edition. But you know that Ultimate Edition is still gonna have extra DLC coming down the line. So was it really the Ultimate Edition? No, it wasn't. You're still gonna buy the DLC, the skins, the weapon colors, and it's just always this minute crap that you do not need in video games. Like, honestly, and I'm guilty of it. Like I said, I'm very guilty of it. I will go out and buy, like Dead Space, I freaking, like, bought everything. And I didn't even use the weapon skins. Plus, I thought they were uglier than hell anyways. I was like, oh, hey, look, the flaming skin or whatever. I was like, oh, look, it's uglier than hell. I don't even want to use this. I used the obsidian suit. And I used all these other weapons, and I was like, "Oh man, this is so much better." I beat the game with the plasma cutter, just plasma cutter alone. I said, "Screw it!" On the hardest difficulty, I just like screw it. What was the point of buying all that DLC and not using it? Oh, and you know what? Just popped right in my head here. So for the new gamers, let me just go back. For the new gamers out there that don't understand retro gaming, I'm going to break it down for everything, and this is going to be, and all you retro gamers are probably going to laugh at this. And you're like, this is outrageous. They'll never do it, but it is. But this is an example that I believe Nintendo could have done, and it would have been the dick move. It would have been the biggest dick move ever, all right? For instance, we're going to take a classic, Super Mario World, right? You go ahead and play the game. You play the game, and you beat the game without Yoshi, right? You can beat the game without Yoshi. You can beat the game. I'm going to repeat myself. You can beat the game. Okay. Now, I know you guys are going to go, oh, there's glitches, there's tricks, and all this other stuff, right? To access different levels. But, hold on. What if Nintendo got rid of some of those glitches and prevented you from doing anything that would allow you to access the secret levels in that game because you did not purchase Yoshi for $4.99. I know you're probably sitting there getting upset, or you're laughing at this whole entire question right here, and you're just like, ah ha ha ha, this dude, he's an idiot, right? No, but that is a move that Nintendo could clearly make with Super Mario World. I'm not even going to lie. You could have had this game and then had the option of purchasing Yoshi for $4.99 to unlock all the rest of the game. Yeah, that would have been a dick move. That is the equivalent of what today's DLC is. I'm not gonna lie. That is the equivalent of what today's DLC is. So for all you new gamers out there that are trying to get into retro gaming and you're trying to understand where I'm coming from, that is what we're talking about. Or for any old school retro gamers that just want another example, that's basically it. It's Super Mario World, but you got to pay for Yoshi to get to different deals. Or you can't unlock the feather just yet. You have to unlock the feather, but you got to pay 99 cents for the feather. You're going, well, it's only $1, but that's fine. I got $1. But you know that stuff adds up over time. That stuff adds up over time, man. I mean, Super Mario World here, I mean, it's got tons of unlockable stuff. You've got Star World. There's different colored Yoshis that have different power-ups. There's different exits and everything like that in different castles. And it's just, this is a super fun game. I'm glad that they didn't do I'm glad they didn't do that, but they could have done something like that. Another one is Turok 2. This is a prime example right here of a game that could have been had DLC to it if that was a thing back in the day. This right here could have had it. You could have had instead of entering the big cheat, which is beware oblivion is at hand. My god, I can't believe I still remember that after so long. You would have had to pay for extra weapons, skins, or anything like that. Could have done that. Or extra multiplayer maps, just like Call of Duty, right? Which that kind of upsets me. That's why I don't play Call of Duty, is because in order to play multiplayer, you have to buy maps. why can't I have those maps and play them? Oh, because we're a company that requires your money. I was like, all right, whatever. You know, Sonic the Hedgehog. I know this is the first one, but the second, third, oh my God. Speaking of that, you could have just done, my God, well, let's just take it out right here. Look, Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic 3. Did you guys know that if you were to do this, let me just open this damn thing up. Oh, well, I broke it. I don't even care. But if you did this to it and you interlocked it, did you know that this right here was one full game? Did you understand it? Do you know that? You know that this is one full game. But if you were to do this, watch. Oh my God, you have two separate games now. You have two separate games. But if you were to put them together just like that, this is one full game. I think that, you know, somebody on my TikTok said that. They said, I guess this was the first DLC. I don't know if you agree with that or not, but it is. I would agree with that. That's pretty cool. But anyways, I want you guys' opinions and thoughts. If you guys disagree with me, agree with me, or want to say hi, you got something negative to say, drop me a line at themodernretrocorner@gmail.com. That's where you guys can get in contact with me. You want to say hi, you want to rant, rave, say I suck, I don't care. It's whatever. I read all the emails I get. Also, if you want to see something a little bit different, you want to see all the games they have right behind me, plus more different 60-second skits, go to my TikTok, which will be on the QR code. It's at The Modern Retro Corner. It's awesome. It's great. But we're going to end this off right here. But what do you guys think? Has gaming changed? Of course it's changed. Why would I even ask that question? You know, but the big question is what has happened to gaming? I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Because, heck, I mean, maybe you don't agree with me. Maybe you agree with me. I don't know. But you know what? All I got to say is this. Gaming has changed from when I started up until now. But is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? Who knows? The future is in our hands. Well, guys, I'm Retro Mark, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.